Have you ever drawn a portrait where all the features were in the right place, but it still doesn't look like the person? Or maybe the likeness is there, but the drawing still looks amateurish. Most people think that the solution is to get better at drawing features or details. But experienced artists know that something much simpler can have a greater impact: the outer shape. Hi, my name is Chris. I'm a professional artist and author, and I've helped hundreds of working adults and busy professionals make progress in their hobby and passion for realistic drawing. In this episode of 5 Minutes a Day, I will demonstrate one of my favorite portrait exercises, the Post-it note sketch. It takes just a few minutes using materials that you already have, and it can completely change the way you see shape and likeness. Wow. Let's get started. Now, what is a Post-it note exercise? It's an exercise on a piece of Post-it note, and you focus mainly on the outer shape or the silhouette of the head. Ooh. Now, why would you want to do this? Well, this exercise will help you to improve your accuracy and your likeness by training your eye to first see the major landmarks of the head, and to also help you to observe and design better head shapes and head types, and to help you to simplify all the complex details and shapes and forms of the head. This one is clearly more of a round, curvy, round. So I start by looking at the outer points. The fancy English word is extremities. That means what's the left, right, top, and bottom. The leftmost, rightmost, uppermost, lower point. And if you are doing this at home, if it's your first time, don't think like you have to rush at all. Take your time with these. Let me go ahead and outline what I have. And again, because this one was so obvious, it's almost hard to screw up. But that's good. That's what you want. And I'm already seeing a likeness just based on the silhouette alone. Can you guys see that? Compared to our reference here, just when you add the black around it, it really helps to isolate the shape. Pretty simple, right? If we look at this sketch, there are no eyes, no nose, no mouth, almost no detail at all. And yet you can already start to recognize the person. And that's the magic of a well-designed outer shape. By the way, if you're new to realistic portraits or shape design, I have detailed study guides that break down my process step by step, and you can find that information in the description below. Okay, now you know the basics. But what happens if our subject has big hair or is wearing a hat? Can we still get a likeness with just the outer shape? Let's find out. We're going to focus on the outer shape, so no features, no detail, no rendering, no eyes, no noses or anything like that, no hair. Just focus as much as you can on the outer shape, the silhouette, and we want to capture the head type. So let's begin by, analyzing the head type. So comment below, what type of head type do you see in this subject, in this model? Are they boxy? Are they angular? Are they curved? Or are they something in between? For me, if I just focus on his outer shape, try to ignore his features, he has very interesting features, as best as I can, and include his hat, he has a very long, sort of rectangular kind of head with a curved, sort of got this double chin going there. Doesn't have a clear defined jaw. Sort of had this kind of head type, and that's including the hat. So if you cut off the hat, it'll be something like that. And he is wearing a big hat, so that's a big part of the costume piece there. But it's the same with hair. And this hat clearly has a nice curved feeling. You guys see that? It has a curved feeling. I think it's obvious drawing hats. So this is kind of like my first impression now. Now I'm going to refine my shape. Let's see, and try to exaggerate if I can, try to heighten the feeling if I can. Because when I look at here, I don't see any straights really. I see one long curved line. It's very long, so I don't want to make it too wide. There, I started to make it a little too wide. Started to lose some of the likeness. I think the overall nature is sort of long and curvy. That's how I would describe the overall nature. So I'm not going to use any angles or boxes or triangles. Long and curvy. Feel like the hat needs to be a little bit bigger relative to his face. There it is. See, this is the refinement stage. I just need to make his head a little bit wider and thicker than his face. So now you take your marker. In this case, I'm going to use a yeah, I feel like it's, if you did it right and you defined a good head shape, a good head type, and a good silhouette, you should be able to get some kind of likeness, especially if you choose a model who has a very obvious head type like this one. So I think, yeah, that feels pretty good. It's a good starting point. Imagine, at this stage, we're already able to get some kind of likeness, a pretty strong likeness, I would say. Congratulations, yay! You now have my favorite exercise for improving the likeness and quality of a portrait. These small sketches take very little time, but are a surprisingly powerful way to train your eye. And if you want to keep practicing, click the video that's popping up on your screen. And if you want more personal guidance with your portraits, I have courses, workshops, I do consulting, and all of that information is in the description below. Once again, my name is Chris. Keep your sketchbook in hand because realistic drawing is attainable for you. Bye for now.